Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dive into a really powerful framework that can help any student, really, conquer frustration, build up their resilience, and find their motivation.
We've all heard this, right? Maybe we've even said it ourselves. That moment of total defeat. But this isn't just a phrase. It's like a student hitting a brick wall, and it can absolutely crush their confidence.
You know, this feeling of being hopelessly stuck, it usually comes from what Stanford's Dr. Carol Dweck calls a fixed mindset. That's the belief that you're either born good at something or you're not. End of story. But there's a much more powerful alternative, the growth mindset.
See, with a fixed mindset, every single test, every assignment becomes this terrifying judgment on a student's basic worth. Every struggle feels like a final verdict that says, see, you just don't have it. And that is the fastest way to kill motivation.
I mean, think about the words, "I can't do this." It's like slamming a door shut. It feels so final, so absolute. There's just no room to grow.
But what if we could unlock that door with just one tiny three-letter word? Watch this.
That's it. Yet. That one little word changes absolutely everything. It turns that permanent verdict into just a temporary state. It turns that brick wall into a hurdle you can get over. It's the bridge from "I can't" to "I'm in the process of learning."
Okay, so let's get practical. Let's walk through 6 powerful mindset shifts that are all built around this incredible idea of yet.
First one up, we have to separate a student's identity from their current performance. So instead of them thinking, "I'm just not a math person," we help them see it as, "I haven't figured this specific concept out yet." It's a total game changer.
And the whole point here is to give students permission to be a beginner. We have to remind them that struggle isn't a flaw. It's just a normal, necessary part of learning anything new. Every single expert was once a beginner.
All right, next up, we have to reframe the actual feeling of struggle. Instead of the word hard being this scary alarm bell that means you're about to fail, we can teach students that it's actually the feeling of their brain getting stronger.
Exactly. That mental sweat, that feeling of being stuck, that's not a roadblock. It is the road. It's the brain forging new pathways. And that's why it's so important to praise the effort and the persistence, not just whether they got the right answer.
Okay, this next shift is absolutely huge. We have to transform failure from a personal judgment into just valuable data. A bad grade isn't a label that says you're a failure, it's a clue.
This whole approach turns a student from being a victim of their grade into a detective of their own learning process. The question is no longer, "Why am I so bad at this?" It's, "Okay, that strategy didn't work. What can we learn from this for next time?"
Now for shift number 4. This one is all about tackling that perfectionism that can paralyze so many students. We have to teach them that mistakes aren't just okay, they are essential if you want to learn anything worthwhile. This creates what you could call a pro-mistake environment. So instead of shame, you get curiosity. The question changes from, "How could you get that wrong?" to, "Hey, that's a really interesting mistake. What can it teach us?" And that shift is so powerful.
Shift 5 is critical, especially today. It's all about escaping the comparison trap. Instead of a student measuring themselves against somebody else's highlight reel, we encourage them to focus on their own personal progress.
The whole game here is to focus on personal bests. The only real competition is with who you were yesterday. When you can do that, you build this deep, unshakable, internal motivation.
And our final shift. This one is a lifeline for when students feel like they are right on the edge of just giving up completely. It teaches them that being stuck is a temporary condition, not a permanent address.
We basically reframed giving up as taking a strategic pause. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is take a break, walk away, or even better, ask for help. That's not a sign of weakness, that's a sign of strength and good strategy. So when you put this all together, what's the big picture? Well, this isn't really about getting better grades. It's about building resilience for life.
The power of yet is a philosophy, really. It's a tool for building the kind of resilience that students need to handle any challenge, whether it's a tough exam or a major setback later in life. It's about empowering them to face the future with confidence.
So we'll leave you with that question to think about. How will you help the learners in your life find their yet? Because when you do that, you're not just changing how they see a homework assignment, you could be changing their entire life.